Hello and welcome. Alright, so in this video we'll be talking about variables, JavaScript variables. So what are variables? Variables are containers that we use to store value. So let's give an example. If I say let username equals to okay, so I just declared a variable. Now I said let username be equals to Peter. So now this Peter is our variable, which is this username is our variable. What is it storing? It is storing Peter as a name. Okay, so variables are just like containers that are used to store value. And if we want to print this, so that you can see the output, this is what you are going to do. Instead of coming here to write Peter, I'll just come here and write username, and then when we run this, what you see here is user is Peter. Meanwhile, what I displayed here is the username, but what was here is Peter, because I've already stored Peter inside this username. So that's just what variable is. Now we'll be looking at it deeply. We're talking about the syntax on how to write variable. So this is the syntax for variable. The first thing you must do in writing a variable is that you must declare the variable. So you must declare the variable, and the major ways of declaring variables are just three. We have var. So var is like the old way of declaring variable. Old way of declaring variables. Alright, so var is the old way of declaring variables. Then we have another one called let. That's the one I used in the first example. So this one is the modern way of declaring variables. Okay, and then we have another method of declaring variable, which is const. Const is like CNOST. So this one means like constant. So anything I declare using const, it means that is a constant value that cannot be changed. Let's say value that can not be changed. Alright, so let me give an example now. I'm using const. Alright, so let's take pi for instance. So pi now is a constant value. So I can come here and say alright, so I can come here and give the value of pi, let's say 3.142. okay, so we are assuming that this is the value of pi and is a constant value. Now I cannot come here and still say const and say pi is equals to, let's say 3.5. So you notice that this is already giving us, like, if I try to print pi See, nothing is displaying, say unexpected token const. So what is happening here is that I call this constant and I gave it two different values. So you cannot do that. Once something is constant, it means that it cannot change the value. The value has to remain the way it is. Okay, so let's go over it one more time. There are three ways of declaring variables, which are, we have the var. Var is the old way of declaring variable, let and constant. So we are going to be making use of let and constant mostly. Okay, now that you have learned about variables, you've learned about ways of declaring it. Now there are rules of naming a variable. There are rules that you must follow in naming a variable. Please pay attention to these rules because they are examinable. It's something that someone can ask you in an interview or something. So pay attention to the rules that are used in naming a variable. So let's come here and do rules used in naming variables. Okay, so the number one rule in naming a variable is that start your variable name with either a $sign or underscore or just the name. So start a variable name with an underscore, let's just use this symbol, or $sign, or just the variable name. Okay, so what this rule is saying that aside from underscore, $sign, or just the normal letter, you cannot start your variable name with any other thing. So you cannot start your, let's say under this rule now we have other rules, which means that you cannot start your variable name with a number. Let's make that one our second rule. Do not start a variable name with a number. Okay, so now let's experiment it. So let's declare the variable, say let. Okay, now we say let. So this is what it's talking about, that start your variable name with underscore. I can say let user name equal to Michael. Okay, I want to comment all this too. Alright, so this is one approved way of writing your variable name. So you can start your variable name with an underscore. So if we print this document.write, then we'll say I like to copy it so that I don't type something else here. So what is going to print for us is the name Michael. Okay, so this is one approved way of writing your variable name. The other one is either you start with a $sign. Okay, so remove this underscore and replace with $sign. Now it worked. Or I can just put it as only the username and it will still work. But don't start your variable name with a number. Let's say I put 5 here. You see, it's already showing us there is an error. So I put 5 here. See, it's not working, invalid. So it's an error. You cannot start your variable name with a number. So the best way to write your variable is to use this $sign. This is like the more professional way, using the $sign or the underscore. This is the most professional way of writing your variables. Now let's go to the next rule. If you are writing variables, use camel case so that it is easy to read. Okay, and use discipline names. What I mean by discipline name is that don't go and use X and Y, that when somebody come back to check your code is not what they can understand. So we say use, okay, so this is our number 2. There is no order to this law, just know them. There is no specific order. So use camel case. So this is what camel case is. The way I wrote user here, this name I'll put it in capital letter. So now, is it not very easy for you to read it and understand than when it was all in small letters? So that is the use of camel case, so that it will be easy for you to read and understand. So don't use X and Y. Don't go and say let X. Don't say X. It will work, but it's not very good, because you might come back and forget what X is. Okay, now our rule number 4. Don't use reserved keywords. Don't use reserved JavaScript keywords. Okay. Don't use reserved JS keywords like var, let, like const, like function. Okay, so don't use any JavaScript reserved keyword. Like I cannot say let does not make sense. It's not even going to work. Is right. See, let is not allowed. Okay, and let's try var. It's not allowed. Let's use function. It's not allowed. So those are reserved JavaScript keyword. Let's try another one. This one too is a reserved JavaScript keyword. So you see. Alright, so that's our number 4 rule. So our rules is the another rule is don't add space. Do not add space. in between. Okay, so what I mean is that, let's say I'm writing let username, then I'll say user, then I'll put space and say name. It's already showing us there is an error, so it's not going to work. So don't add space. Alright, so those are the different rules of naming variables. Another thing is that variables are case sensitive. Variables are case sensitive. Let's write it. Are case sensitive. JavaScript entirely itself is case sensitive. It's not like HTML that is almost not case sensitive. JavaScript is case sensitive. If it's small letter, use small letter. If you use capital letter, it's not going to work. So what we mean by variables are case sensitive is that, let's say I use let name equals to, let's see, then I come down here and say let name so I say Tessie and Rachel. So these two names are different. So if I want to print it, I'll say, and I say document dot write, then I come here, I copy, I put name. What is going to display is Tessie, and if I come here, I change this one to capital letter, what is going to declare here is Rachel. So JavaScript is case sensitive. Now let's talk about concatenation. So what is concatenation? Concatenation is simply adding two or more strings together. Concatenation is adding two or more strings together. So now let's practice and do something with variables. So I'm going to be creating something like somebody's profile about that person, his occupation, age, like, you know, the way you fill form, email and all that. So let's declare the variable. Let's say I prefer using this $sign because it makes me feel like a professional. Let's first name equals to let's say, let me use my name. Let's first name be equals to, put it in a string. No, whenever I write in text, it has to be inside this quotation mark so that it represents like it's a string. Now come here and say let's second. Is there inside second name? Let me do name equals to gifts. Now let's Okay, so let's age. Not 30 yet though. Age be 30. Don't forget your semicolon, very important. Let age be 30. Let's let the occupation be let's what else to ask in when you are filling form? Gender. Alright, so all this information is here now. Let's print it. So we now say let message equal to so this is where concatenation comes in. I'm going to add all this different information about me, and I'm also going to add text. So I will say my name is, make sure when you write your name is, you are going to put like a space. My name is, then you use a plus sign. This is what I did. Then you come here and you add first name. Then you add a plus sign, you add this for space, then you add your plus sign. Okay, let's say my first name is okay. Then in this place I'll write middle name is, copy, then I'll put plus, okay, and I'll put plus again, I'll put space, and I'll put inside this thing, let there be space, so let there be space, don't just put it, and I'll put plus again. What else is there? My son name is, come here, I'll put plus, and I'll add the son name, copy, okay, I'll put plus, add space, I copy this, put the age plus old, then I'll put my plus, my occupation, okay, so let's just write the email, okay. Alright, so this is the message I want to display. This is the message I want to display. So I'll come down here, I'll do document dot write, and then I'll say, I'll just come here, I'll copy this message, I'll put it here. Let's see what happens. Okay, so you see all this information I wrote about myself. That is what displayed when I displayed message. Say my name is Esther, middle name is Gift, my surname is this, 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 and then email address. Okay, so let's assume I remove this message. Nothing is going to appear here, but once I put the message, all this, so I stored all this information inside of this variable. Okay, so there are other ways to do this that is not going to be this long. There's another method you can try out. Let's see. So there is something called ticks. So you can use ticks instead to write all these things. So I'll just put this here. Just say my name and I'll do this. The first name here. Alright, so that's alright, so for your assignment, I want you to do something like this. Once you've understood what variable is, how to declare the variable, so I want you to create something like introduction about yourself. You don't add any personal details that you don't want to show. Just add your name, maybe your occupation, what you love to do, and all that. Just create something like that, or you can just create something, just imagine something like that for a random person. Let's say a random person information. Yes, let's say the person is applying for a job, so he or her information, her name, his or her name, her ID number, or all those things. So just be creative with it. Create like 10 different variables. Let's see. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I did 7 variables. So you're just going to like add 3 and create 10 different variables. Alright, so see you in the next video.